Hey, what's up everyone? Ryan here, and I'm back with another College Football 25 Kentucky Dynasty Mode Series video. And we are in week 12 of the 2026 season, and we have a huge SEC matchup today between the number 2 ranked Kentucky Wildcats. We're sitting 9-1 on the year, 6-1 in the conference, and today we face off against the LSU Tigers in LSU. Now, they are unranked this year, and they have really struggled in SEC play. They are 1-5 in the Southeastern Conference and 5-5 on the year. But the upsets this year have been insane, and just wait till you all hear the top stories today. Oh my, were there some big upsets today, just like there's been this entire season. This year 3 is shaping up to be the most exciting year in this dynasty with all the upsets that we've had. Now, I do want to point out, so this week, this will be the only Kentucky Dynasty episode, so it is Thanksgiving week. Of course, this video is going live the day before Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope everybody gets some good food and has a great holiday weekend. So there will not be a Kentucky Dynasty episode on Saturday this week. So typically always I post these videos on Wednesday afternoons and Saturday mornings. So that schedule will continue the next week, which will of course be the conference championship, the regular season finale next week, and the conference championship on the weekend, with the college football playoffs being the next week. Now this weekend on Saturday, you will have a College Football 25 Road to Glory episode. The Dynasty episodes just take me a lot longer to create and edit, so I will not have a Dynasty episode out this weekend due to the holiday week, but I will be able to have a Road to Glory episode out that Saturday, so be on the lookout for that one. So I will have video timestamps for you all in the video description below, so if you want to go ahead and jump to the game, you can go ahead and do that. Just like always, we're going to be taking a look at the top stories, taking a look at the top 25 rankings this week, and of course the college football playoff projections. There's been a lot of changes this week with the upsets that happened. So it was an exciting week last week in week 11, and you're going to see that here soon. And if you all get some enjoyment, drop a like. It really helps the channel. Subscribe for more, and there is plenty more sports game content you can tune into here on the Gamer Ability YouTube channel, and even more on my second channel, including a new career mode series over on Gamer Ability 2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. If you want to have a lot of good laughs, make sure you check out that Microsoft Flight Sim series. It has been so entertaining and so much fun. Okay, so let's start with the top stories of the week here. So, the Heisman watch right now, the leader is the quarterback from North Carolina. They are the #1 team in the nation. Their quarterback, Connor Harrell, is leading the way. Jackson Arnold, the quarterback for Oklahoma, is #2. You got Aaron Nolan, the quarterback for Ohio State, and then Caleb Williams, the wide receiver for Notre Dame, at #4, and then Elijah Brown, the quarterback from Stanford, at #5. Cool thing about that one is that, of course, that Stanford team is coached by the former defensive coordinator, first 2 years in this dynasty, Andrew Parker. He's leading Stanford to an undefeated season right now. And Andrew Parker has that Stanford team to the top 5, I believe, in the nation. So he's doing a great job in his head coaching stint and debut at Stanford. And moving on to the first big upset. South Carolina faced Georgia at home last week, and they took down the Georgia Bulldogs, and they scored 50 points. They won 52-34 against the Georgia Bulldogs. That is insane. And that really moved Georgia down the rankings that you all will see here in a little bit. And then South Carolina moves up the top 25. And that win for South Carolina might have knocked the Georgia Bulldogs out of the college football playoffs. So that was a huge win. Congrats to South Carolina. A win I was not expecting, but as we've seen this year, anything can happen in the world of college football. And then moving on to another upset. The Missouri Tigers upset Tennessee in Missouri. Another SEC matchup upset. So that knocks Tennessee most likely out of the college football playoffs. Just the upsets this year have been incredible, and that's what happens when you're in the Southeastern Conference. You play on the road in the SEC. You could lose a big game, and that was a close battle, 32-29. But that is a huge loss for Tennessee, moving them out of the college football playoffs. And Missouri does not have a shot to make the playoffs, but still, you know that Tigers team is fired up with a big win. The upsets this year have been phenomenal, and we're not done yet. And last but not least, East Carolina, they've had a tough few weeks in a row, but they got back on track with a close win over North Texas, 44-41. But that keeps East Carolina in the college football playoff rankings, at least right now. They will make the playoffs if the season ended today. That it helps that Tennessee and Georgia lost, right? So that helps out tremendously here. But a huge win for East Carolina. But wow, North Texas played some great football and scored 41 points on that East Carolina defense. And here's a quick overview look at the top 25. We'll take a closer look at what happened last week. But North Carolina is still the #1 team in the nation, undefeated, 10-0, and they got a Heisman quarterback, of course, leading the way in the Heisman watch. And then you have the Kentucky Wildcats, 9-1, #2, Oregon #3 with a record of 8-2. Surprisingly, they're over Stanford, and Stanford's 10-0, but I understand Oregon's had a really tough schedule there. But Stanford has not had an easy schedule. And then Alabama is #5 at 8-2. But let's take a closer look at the college football playoff rankings. So here we go. North Carolina had a win last week against Virginia, 43-27. They remain #1. This Kentucky team crushed Mississippi State last week to stay #2. Oregon took down USC in a close battle, 35-30, to stay the #3 ranked team. Now, Stanford actually moves up with a win against SMU, 38-22, moving from 5-4. Alabama moved up one with a narrow victory over Ole Miss, 27-21, and they're 8-2 on the season. Now, Kansas State ends up dropping from the 4th spot with a win against Arizona. They did end up dropping, though. They are now #6 instead of #4. Now, Washington actually moves up a couple spots with a huge win last week. Clemson moves up to #8 with the win over Florida State. Ohio State moves up 3 spots, and this one's interesting to me. So, Ohio State moves up 35-24. The interesting thing about this is not that the Buckeyes are #9, but they moved up. The interesting thing is the next spot. So, East Carolina barely takes down North Texas. I know it was at North Texas. They're 9-1. Their strength of schedule does not even compare to the Georgia Bulldogs. And I would say Notre Dame as well. They've had a really tough schedule this year. But I think the Georgia Bulldogs got robbed after that loss against South Carolina because they lost, of course, big, 52-34. But Georgia should be, in my opinion, they should be ahead of Notre Dame and East Carolina. Georgia's schedule is absolutely insane. So I think they should be right up there with Ohio State with their strength of schedule. I mean, you all know Ohio State's strength of schedule has been really insane this year. If, we paid attention to some top stories. Yeah, they've been upset a couple times, but at the end of the day, it's a really tough fight there in the Big Ten as well. But the fact that East Carolina and Notre Dame is 10-11 ahead of Georgia is amazing to me. So just very surprising to see them above the Georgia Bulldogs here. And keep in mind, that means Georgia Bulldogs right now are the first team out if they do not end up winning the Southeastern Conference. The 12th seed in the college football playoffs, if it works out as far as the conference and everything, this would be the first team out of the playoffs. And now West Virginia moves up to 13. Michigan moves up to 14 with a huge win against their rivals, Michigan State. UL Monroe moves up to 15 with a narrow victory over South Alabama. Boise State moving up to 16 with a huge win against New Mexico. Tennessee drops big time with that upset at Mizzou. I mean, a huge win for Mizzou. I know we saw that in the top stories, but Tennessee drops out of the college football playoffs, and honestly, out of the Southeastern Conference Championship chances as well. Nebraska moves into the 18th spot. South Carolina moves up. They were unranked, and that huge win against Georgia puts them on the mark. Not going to do enough to actually make the college football playoffs, but you know that South Carolina team is going to be celebrating big time. And then Florida, 20. Vanderbilt 21, San Diego State 22, Toledo 23, NC State 24, and then Texas Tech is the final team in the top 25. And here's your look. After taking a look at the top 25 rankings, here you can see the projected 2026 college football playoff bracket. And as you can see, Georgia is the first team out. Georgia cannot really win the conference championship right now unless a couple teams take some losses, including this Kentucky Wildcats team. But on top of that, they got robbed in the top 25 polls there for the college football playoff rankings by East Carolina and Notre Dame. And because of that, they are the first team out of the college football playoffs. So the number 1 seed would be North Carolina, number 2, Kentucky, Kansas State, number 3, and Ohio State, number 4. Those are the highest ranked conference winners. And then the 5th conference winner, highest ranked conference winner, goes to Boise State there at number 12. So that's the team that will take Georgia's spot, right? Now, if Boise State was ranked above 12, they're 16 right now. But if they were ranked above 12, there would still be a chance that the Georgia Bulldogs would actually slide in to that playoff spot. Now, you would have Oregon facing Boise State, Clemson versus Washington, Notre Dame versus Stanford, and East Carolina versus Alabama. And that means, unfortunately, if this is how it plays out, this Kentucky Wildcats team would have to rematch Alabama most likely in our first round of the playoffs. And as you all remember this year, our only loss this year has been to Alabama, and it was not even close. They crushed us. So I hope this changes, or maybe East Carolina at 77 overall pulls out an upset against Alabama. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's not going to happen. But with the upsets we've seen this year, anything can happen. And for those of you that don't watch the scouting at the end, I like to do a little scouting update at the beginning of these episodes because we have the top class, and we have the top class by a long shot. This is one of the best recruiting classes I've ever had in this game. We have 18 total recruits locked in right now. That's 12 5-stars, 6 4-stars, and you can see the recruiting points there. We have 271. The closest team to us is Georgia, and that's because Georgia has locked in 23 4-star athletes. They only have 2 5-star, and that's because this Kentucky team has got so many. It helps when you have an assistant offensive coordinator, an assistant coach who is an elite recruiter. And then I also have all the first recruiting tiers unlocked to tier 3. And next year we could be an elite recruiter having this top 5 class. And it's going to be even better if our offensive coordinator stays on this team. If we lose them, our recruiting leverage might drop a little. But I mean, we're having a great season, and I still think we're going to do a great job with recruiting next year, even if we lose our offensive coordinator. And just a reminder, we had the generational talent receivers coming in. Dan Honeycutt, 5-star Jim, 6'4", 194 pounds, and he has 99 speed, 96 acceleration, and platinum takeoff ability. He will not be able to be guarded. And also, we have Guerrero. Thank you. Whoever pointed out is pronouncing Guerrero wrong. I think I was calling him Guerrero. I mean, most of my name pronunciations are off about 50% of the time, but you know, this one I was way off, right? Guerrero. Am I saying that correctly? I think that's right. But Guerrero is 6'6", 217 pounds, 94 speed, 97 jumping. Most importantly, he has 50-50 ability and sure hands. Guerrero and Honeycutt are going to be unstoppable next year, combined with our quarterback. This is an incredible recruiting class, and that's just scratching the surface right here at the beginning. Of course, we will do full recruiting at the end of this episode, but we have so much talent, including Andres Robledo, a cornerback with 99 speed. So yes, there's a quick look. We'll do recruiting at the end, though. But it is time for the Week 12 matchup. The number 2 ranked Kentucky Wildcats going into Death Valley to face off against the LSU Tigers. This is always one of the toughest environments for me to play in. We got to play smart football today, focused football. We cannot turn over the football in LSU. If we do, we will lose this game. We have to play the smartest football we've ever played. This is going to be a really tough matchup. Yes, they're 1-5 in the conference. That's the SEC for you. We could be 1-5 in the conference this year. if it didn't work out in our favor. We've won close games. We've had a lot of close games, but those could have been losses, and that's what happened to LSU this year. That's football sometimes, and this LSU team is even with us as far as team overalls. You take a look at this. We're 89. They're 89 as well. Across the board, we are identical on our overalls across the board. This is going to be a really tough matchup. It's going to be a hard-fought game. In order to win this in LSU, we are going to have to limit turnovers. We're going to have to run the ball a lot. I've been getting away from running a lot this season, which is fine when it works out, but it's also led to way more picks this year. I know I love our freshman quarterback, Stephen Bullock. I get carried away throwing the football sometimes, and our strengths are our running backs, right? I need to get back to the roots of this team, and that is running the football, and that is how we win today against the LSU Tigers. Now, before we move on, I do want to take a look at the injury list, right? Because I want to see if our running back's back, because that's going to be an important factor. So no, close. So we're still without our defensive tackle, Gadsden, who had a great start to this year, and we are still without Trayvon Drayton, our starting running back, who had a great start. He was on pace to win Heisman, actually. He broke his collarbone. He will be back next week, though. So that's awesome. He's back next week, but Patterson has done a great job in his place. It is time. Kentucky versus the LSU Tigers. We got to win this game. We can't drop. They're unranked. Keep that in mind. Like, that's going to pull a lot of weight. I know it's an LSU, but if we drop to an unranked opponent, we may fall just like Georgia did. So what uniforms should we wear today? Let's see what our opponents are wearing here. So they're wearing the gold and white jerseys today. Okay, if they're wearing gold and white, maybe they're doing a whiteout. How about we go blue helmets, blue jerseys, and gray pants to change it up a little bit. I'm not sure we wore this combo, and maybe we rock. Actually, let's go black cleats and chrome helmet. And there we go. I like the chrome helmet 1 versus the chrome helmet 2 better. But it is time. Kentucky versus the LSU Tigers going into Death Valley. We're going to win this game. Let's play smart football. Let's do this, YouTube. Come on.
On the banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals, Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up.
All right. I know we have a lot of LSU Tigers fans here on the channel.
For the opening kickoff.
No, you all will be conflicted.
And they thought about
no, college football fans are never conflicted. Even if you're a big fan of me, you're probably still rooting your team on.
will get the first swing of the game. And here comes this quarterback. This entire offense is built around him. He is the engine of the entire team.
I mean, he's the leader. He's
I
the
hate
alpha.
playing
Everybody
here.
looks towards him. He's been doing it all year long. Everybody believes in this young man. Big opportunity, big stage.
This crowd bringing in
the 8th toughest place to play. You can see it at the top right. Come on, one time.
Using his legs, it's Patterson.
76 has to get that block. Ramsey.
To the 29. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment.
That's the pass rush you expect.
If you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
And I know you all might be asking, well, what's the weakness for the LSU Tigers when you did the depth chart review, Ryan? They don't have a weakness. So.
Going to be a long day. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air.
Yes.
Game of first downs, and
what a throw. And what a catch from the senior, Brandon White.
Finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the
play focused football.
At the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
I love this environment, though. I do. This environment's awesome. I've actually been here to watch the baseball team play. I went to watch Kentucky Wildcats, but I watched the Kentucky Wildcats play against LSU a couple times. This was many years ago. Fantastic environment, and honestly, as far as baseball goes, fantastic fan base. I'm telling you, they were some of the kindest fans I ever met. Baseball, like, they literally let us Kentucky fans tailgate with them, like, and wanted us to try the Louisiana food. It was incredible. That environment was fantastic. I watched a weekend series there. LSU is amazing. I've never been to a football game here. This is a hostile environment. I'm not sure it would be as inviting as that baseball environment was, but the baseball environment was great. Like, that, some of the nicest people there. I'm serious. It was incredible.
Screen pass got thrown. They were right there to make the tackle.
Now, this is when it's tough, right?
Backing this defense on third down.
We can't hot route. I do like Dugans on the outside. Everybody, look at our composure. All of them are code because of the toughest place to play.
From the gun, wants to pass.
He's open, just not enough time. Wait, why are we...
It's incomplete. They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where.
Why are we hurrying up? I'm just going to let the time run out.
To prove it. Going for it on fourth down.
We could just call a timeout, but... Well, I guess I hit the wrong button. I guess I hit turbo, right, or hurry up. Let's just let the time run out. It's not... Well, let's just call a timeout.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
I bet this would be a great environment to go to, but much funner environment if you're the fan, LSU fan, right? If you're a fan of another team, I don't think it'd be a great experience. Or I don't think any college football stadium would be a great experience if you're an opposing fan.
This will be their first punt of the afternoon.
Come on. It's just showing the composure, right? Are you
Gets the
kidding
first
me?
One of the day out of there. He ought to...
Wait, it hit him! It hit him!
He muffed it. They recovered their own fumble. Somehow. Who knows how they got that thing
Onside
back.
punt.
The LSU Tigers offense will have its first possession of the game.
Our punter's even feeling the pressure. I'm trying to get it to the top. I've never had it go down that quick. That must be another home field advantage thing.
But he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a
Welcome
big matchup
to
in this game.
Death Valley.
And that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
That's what we do. Come on.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass.
The safety comes up, makes a big tackle there. That is a huge tackle. 3rd and 5.
That play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This
3 receivers, 1 tight end.
Conventionally, they'll do it between the tackles, they'll do it outside, but there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers.
I'm going to go cover 3 hard
in
flat.
The running game, and I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
After the strong run on 2nd down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout.
Why is the cornerback waiting?
There as he gets the first down, they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense.
I tried to turn into him. I just couldn't get in front of him. But the cornerback should... well, how? Because have you all seen our cornerback stats? That makes sense. 70-some overall in coverage, so it happens. But Nichols there has the interception ability. So if there's somebody who can get up in front and intercept that, it's him.
And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
I'm just always amazed by our secondary. Everybody was there to make a play on the football, including Terrion Nichols.
Those teams are really special.
Yes, but our middle linebacker superstar, Soles Jr.
They'll close in on him. game after a good return.
I'm telling you, our middle linebackers and outside linebackers make up for our secondary's issues.
You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the
incredible pick.
his eyes. Great job by the defense.
I believe I cut off the initial route with Godfrey, and then he checked down to his second read and just misread Solis. I do that all the time, right? I do that throw all the time, and what a pick. It was a bad throw. If he let him there, it might have been open. We'll take it. Good pressure there for the Kentucky Wildcats defense. Now, Solis Jr. has struggled with pass coverage this year. Big time.
They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying
That's
to do.
what Patterson does. He's so quick. He's got that shifty ability.
Running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43.
Our defense allows a lot of yards and plays, but we make big-time turnovers. But Solis Jr. has struggled in the secondary, struggled in zone coverage this entire year. That's his first big play in the secondary this year. So you love to see it.
Continuing to churn and move.
Godfrey's been the superstar.
In on midfield, it's down at the 48.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. We'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
Yes.
To get past. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success.
How about a play action?
Boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot.
What do you all feel about a play action here?
And just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to
set
the
up.
run.
We've been running a lot. I say we do a play action. Try to get a big play. If it's not open, check it down to Sanders on the delayed route.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Okay.
Well, it's been a little bit of a seesaw here.
Not every decision is a good decision.
Gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets
I don't think it was a bad
Great
decision.
job by
It's
the
just
defense there, turning the
tough
page
timing with that
and coming up
blitz.
with a big one.
2nd down now after the sack.
This Tigers pass rush is pretty good.
He's looking to throw.
Good
Safe
block.
completion on the screen. They make the stop.
Oh, that's a great open field tackle. It looked like we faked him out, but great tackle.
Some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him.
Okay, we have to hit
success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing
tight
game
end.
too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Sanders has been the game changer. I'm looking at Brown Stevens on the slot on the left, and then also Sanders. Now, what icon is Sanders? What icon? So X is Patterson, right? I don't know. Who's the...
From the gun, wants to pass.
That changes everything. Welcome to playing on the road in college football 25.
Tall and makes the stop.
All right, the offense wanted a 1st down there, but they
4th and 3, 33.
Now it sets up a 4th down situation where it's manageable.
Why not field goal?
Yes,
Let's let the time run out. How long is the field goal? 50 yards? Why not? Oh, it's away, and I'm a terrible field goal kicker. Yeah, that's fair. Very even game so far, a very even overalls too. So these are two great football teams. Their home field advantage is showing on their defense right now, though.
A little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter.
Do we kick this? I don't think we kick it. Listen to the fans here.
Not really looking to score threes. It would have been a 50-yard field goal attempt. The offense trying to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch. He's got enough.
Yes! Rashard Dugans from Stephen Bullock. Big time play.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth.
That'll get the heart rate up.
So once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
From the gun, the running back has it. You'll take 4 yards.
This is such a big game. This is a
2nd
big
and 6.
game for the Southeastern Conference Championship as well. Keep in mind, if we lose this, Georgia Bulldogs re-enter the picture, and a lot of other teams into the picture.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. They wrestle him down after he picks up 6 inside the 20 and down at the 18.
And a nice job by the running back.
But we got to win the South. Like, even if we play in the Southeastern Conference, obviously it's not going to be automatic. Because we're likely to play Alabama if we win this.
They'll try to pick it up.
Yes, fullback dive from the backup halfback.
But not before he gets enough.
Okay, I'm looking at a sweep here.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third down has been
that's the best lead blocking I think we've had on the Power O this year. And now it's him with the play action.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick
We've
up
scored
the
on this
first
play
down
multiple
without getting
times
into
in
the
this
end zone.
dynasty.
After the run, now to throw. Quarterback extends the play.
Nobody
You
open.
just toss that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack. You avoid the turnover. You've got more plays
Well,
on third down.
And how nice is it to have
third and
the
7.
whole crowd going absolutely
I think we got to go
bananas.
wide, shallow cross,
Communication
single
is
back.
harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man,
Looking at
this
Brown,
crowd
Stevens, or
really
Sanders?
affecting the football game.
Icon, what is Sanders, eh?
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the Heat will get home.
Did you all
and the
watch our
quarterback
offensive
goes
lineman?
down
Look at the top
17.
left.
How nice is it as a defense
What?
when you can drop 7 guys in
Welcome
coverage,
to the
only
LSU
rush
pass
4,
rush,
and still
everybody.
get home?
We
That
have a
makes you
good
feel
offensive
if you're
line.
going
Not great, but they are
Play it
good.
safe and try for
But
3.
wow.
And the
Oh,
holder
no.
will put it down on the left hash. A 34-yard attempt coming. Splits the uprights. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board.
Kicking on the road in this game is terrifying, as it should be.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football
It just
matchup.
moves around like
Texas
1,000
A&M
miles
is
per
down,
hour.
but they are not out of it.
I'm
Not
just
their
ready for
entire
pumpkin
field.
pie, everybody.
One of the
I'm ready
most
for
special places to
Thanksgiving.
watch a game in all of college
Just keep in
football.
mind the stress
It's a
of this
touchdown
game.
They're trailing by 7
Pumpkin pie is
to
right around the
Vanderbilt.
corner for me.
For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course,
And wow,
if
do I
anything
need it.
changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
And my wife makes the best pumpkin pie ever. It is absolutely incredible. Like there's a lot of people out there who have said I don't like pumpkin pie at all, but wow, her pumpkin pie is the best, and it's just true. It is the greatest dessert. I don't know about the greatest dessert ever, because I love so many desserts, but it is one of the best. But let's focus on football. Enough about pumpkin pie.
And let him do his thing.
Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Okay, cover 3 hard flat. Come on, I'm showing a cover 2 now. I'm running a coverage shell now.
It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
Did you hear the commentator? He said we can't play all the words that the fans are yelling. Yeah, I could imagine it is so tough to play here.
Gets it out fast. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
I mean, this is what teams do against us, right? Whatever they want.
Out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
Good block.
And he's almost to that first down marker.
Their offensive line is looking really good right now.
I'm
going to put the blitz on him.
But it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Leaves it with the back.
I tried to dive early to make a tackle there and clearly missed it.
Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
And unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy recently.
I'm going to beat Godfrey here. Going to blitz him again.
Over 200 yards in the SEC championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've
Their
always thought
blocking assignments have been perfection.
They run their offense. Usually, it starts with the physicality and the ground.
Like, what are you going to do against that?
Quick to the line.
Got to remember to flip those plays sometimes, because sometimes it leads to crazy things if you don't flip it. I'm going to put the... No, let's go to 4-3, and let's run a robber one press.
And the Tigers getting set on 1st and 10.
No, it's a bad idea. Why would I run man in this situation?
He's looking to throw.
Middle linebackers on their wide receivers is a good idea to allow a touchdown.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what.
That's on me. I missed a tackle right there.
Keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Wow, it's a tough place to play. That's what our defense does. I mean, they allow a lot of yards. We may have a lot of turnovers or force a lot of turnovers. We allow a lot of yards and a lot of touchdowns. We have one of the worst defenses in the SEC this year.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead.
Really not funny, is it?
76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out.
Let it go. 2 minutes left here in the first half. Let's make a play. We don't have to panic. Let's do it. Let's run a draw. We have plenty of time. Catch them off guard.
Back out onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many
what we do.
Talk about getting yards and
run turbo, right? I don't think I hit it very fast, but let's run turbo.
Football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down.
I tried. B was wide open.
That
pass rush is amazing. I mean, that receiver was open for days. Yeah, he would have got tackled, but there's still a chance for a touchdown. I was too slow going through my progressions there. I'm terrified out here.
But finally now, you see they're generating this pass rush.
Just play football. Just play football.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Receiver.
Did he get it? Yes, he did.
They'll keep this
we got plenty of time.
By picking up the first down, they have it at the 36.
That's a big time play.
Looking to move it through the air. It's complete on the
we got plenty of time. We just got to get in field goal range. We want to score a touchdown, obviously, but
and knows exactly where to go with the football.
That's
sees the wide receiver running the drag route.
Yeah, turbo play.
To throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Perfect.
Makes the grab.
Keep it up. Come on, keep up the tempo.
And get it to the 47-yard line. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains.
Let's run a dagger. Oh, I'm taking up too much time changing that. Oh, what am I doing?
He wants to throw. Caught over
Let's call timeout.
Sanders.
We have one more.
As this offense tries to find a way
what formation do we have my favorite plays in? I believe it's this one.
I've seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Offense gets set for second down.
I'm looking at Sanders.
He's looking to throw.
Wise wide open.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football.
Wow, football is tough. I mean, you have to make a decision so fast, and if you're just any off, and our quarterback is rattled right now playing on the road.
To get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect their quarterback a little bit more, whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling.
That's what Bullock does.
Something has to change for this offense.
You got to call timeout. That's what he does. I know we don't have any left, but we have to. That's what Bullock does. He can make throws like that. Reason he's one of the best quarterbacks in college football right now.
Finally, this offense
I'm a little bit biased.
Shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He's gonna pass. Throws to the tight end.
Sanders, go, 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 go.
At the 14. Kentucky right back to the line. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
What a play from the sophomore. I turned into him, did an aggressive catch. He wins those like 90% of the time. He's so good. Now, if this is not open, throw it away.
Just a few seconds remaining.
If it's not open, we got to throw it away quick.
Before halftime. Dialing up a second down pass play. He just threw that one
Let's just
away.
kick it.
Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone.
What a 2-minute drill.
And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send a field goal unit out before halftime. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle.
Well, our kicker's on. Lyles. Converted punter to kicker, and he's done a great job. Converted him after year 1. But wow, that is terrifying. Like, this game gives you appreciation for all of the college football players out there. When you see a player making a mistake, you know, you get upset as a fan, right? But then you play this video game and you're like, oh, I see how they made that mistake. It's terrifying. When they make a mistake on the home, you know, you're like, well, that maybe not as much. When you're playing here in LSU and you're trying to kick a field goal and you miss it, it's like, yeah, I see how. I can't hear a thing. Well, I can hear something. It's just a million fans yelling at me. That's all I can hear. I don't know about you all.
Half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25.
Love this game.
So the offense has done its
7-6
job.
first
They have
half.
the
What a
lead,
ball
and they'll
game.
secure it as we head to halftime.
We knew it's going to be a fight. And our offense is controlling the clock. Long drives. They've had 2 drives, and we've just ran the ball. And good first half. I'll see you in the second half.
Guys, who's got a better seat there in Death Valley than you? A captivating game so far. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in Baton Rouge.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin.
What a battle. We knew this was going to be a fight, right? You play in this environment against a same overall team. It is going to be a fight. And wow, that LSU Tigers defense is looking good right now. Their pass rush is amazing. We just got to run on them. Running is the way. Probably the only way we win this game.
Dive into the playbook here on offense. And then a low-scoring game like this,
I'm going to run a spy just in case.
Possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you.
Fires one high and deep. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man,
I turned into him, had perfect timing. He just dropped it.
And that was good defense again. And unfortunately,
Honestly, smart to throw it up there against our secondary. I did a good job of putting a spy on him because he was looking to run that. Delay. That's a great play call.
At the 35, he's open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
That's a good play call.
Time in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're
Changing the
absolutely
play
right
up a
here.
bit.
I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense.
Come on, Cats.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen
Great lead blocking out there.
And they knock him down.
Another good play call. LSU is putting on a masterclass of offense right now. Just fundamentals of football right now.
It's not coachable. I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, two former Tiger quarterbacks that would...
Some might argue I did a little pass interference there. I was just trying to move. You know, he didn't grab him. He just ran into him a little bit.
More and more every year, more nickel, more dime packages, more speed.
I'm going to keep blitzing them.
So no matter what you do,
they're blitzing us. I'm blitzing them.
Down your quarterback in any situation, and you can see it right there. DB came flying in there, gets the first sack of the game.
Dumps it to the back. Got a man. It's Durham.
Downside of blitzing.
Big one, and they get it down to the 27.
That.
The Tigers headed quickly to the line.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved
Man
in the
up.
pass game. Quarterback
They flipped the play.
So he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
That's caught.
You know, the thing is, our cornerbacks are not much better compared like man and zone, so I just want to mix it up.
Question in that scenario, that's where the quarterback was going.
It's not a huge difference, so might as well run some man sometimes, mix up the LSU Tigers. Didn't work, but good tackle.
And just a short, safe pass.
They keep a cover 3 hard flat in the end zone right now, red zone. I want to pick here with Godfrey so bad. This is when we excel. Yes! That's how you come up and make a tackle. That was Gates, I believe. Gates came up there, made a big-time hit. That's how you play physical right there. Come on, Godfrey. This is what you do. Let's run our spy.
But I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football. And
he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers.
And this quarterback really does a great job of
masterclass of offense for the LSU Tigers. Like, we have to say it like it is. It is just incredible.
It just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap.
The only reason this team is 5-5-5 is their tough SEC schedule. Their strength of schedule has been nuts this year. And like,
and the extra point will tack another one onto this.
I believe all their SEC losses have been away, or most of them. This team is one of the best teams we faced all year.
Missouri is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5.
Let's go, Patterson. That's what we do.
Back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. They'll give it to the back.
I thought he could get it. Okay. Go back to the inside zone, run it the opposite way.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. To the ground to try to
That's all because of Patterson's shifty ability there.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough
okay. Well, okay. Let's go now a rollout. Do we have a rollout? Yeah. A rollout to Sanders.
They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got out of trouble, got rid of it.
Let's go. He's so good. That's all Sanders. That was not a great throw from the quarterback. That's just Sanders doing what he does. Making tough catches in traffic.
Leaves it with the running back.
See how quick he can be with shifty? Like, when he cut in, just took off.
This coaching staff, they're getting this
Patterson is incredible.
Up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting him drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Looking for a gap. It's Patterson.
That left side is not holding their blocks right now at all. Like, they are really struggling to hold.
The end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection.
Dropped it.
On 3rd down, thanks to that tough
41-yard line.
Defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the
I want to see, did I miss anybody? This is definitely go for it range. I just want to see, did I miss a receiver that was open? Just for learning experience. No. everybody was guarded. The problem was, if I throw it here, he's not going to be looking for the ball. But I should throw it there. I waited a bit too late. As he's cutting, I have to throw the ball. I threw it late and put him into the defender, right? I have to throw it, not here, because if I throw it, he's not going to be looking for the ball. But when he cuts right there, I have to beam the ball in there. That's a first down. And that, you know, in football, you have to make, a lot of times as a quarterback, you have to make throws before the receiver makes the cut or right as they're making it. That is just a little mistimed, and we paid the price. So I'm going to pause the video, take a screenshot here, and we're going to go for this. Great screenshot opportunity right here. I wanted to show you all this shot of the stadium. This is beautiful. And this game is just a gorgeous video game. The graphics are incredible. But yeah, great screenshot there, but we have to get this first down. We're not going to kick a field goal. We're definitely in go for it range. We just have to make sure we get it. It's as simple as that.
Because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
How about Brandon White across the middle?
They've already
a play we have not ran in a long time.
In this game, they'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets rid of it. Oh, picked off.
Like a punt.
Bringing it back. And
it would have been a turnover anyways. Like, I was just trying to make a play. Like, the interception doesn't matter a lot as long as it's not an interception for a touchdown. I know they're not going to get great field position. Honestly, I was just hoping the freshman could have lobbed that up and the receiver could have made a play on it. It is what it is. We ran that play. Brandon White's usually really good on that inside route. They did a great job covering it, and the blitz was great. And wow, they're good. Wow, they're a good football team. Okay.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished
something. This game, it just shows its teeth. When you play in these environments on a Heisman, it is absolutely unreal, the level of difficulty. Like Mississippi State last week compared here to LSU. Oh, my.
He's looking for an open man on second down.
You have to get up there quicker. I'm going to start playing cornerback. I'm going to start playing cornerback. Everybody just got real nervous, right, Ryan? What was that again? You're going to do what now?
Let's take a quick look at the national ranking.
Can't be much worse. We're about to lose our chances at the Southeastern Conference another year in a row. I tell you, the SEC is just a nightmare.
First down to start the drive after the break.
I'm not playing cornerback. I was kidding. I might later.
From the gun, the ground game.
Got to get up there and make a tackle. Terrion has to get up there quicker, and our entire team has to get up there quicker, though. That's not just on Terrion.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Some of the best blocking execution you can see on the screen. That lineman crushed me coming over there. Wasn't able to get off the chop block. That was one of the best executed screens we've seen all year.
They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense
they can't go wrong right now.
Had an answer here all game long.
What is this? Wait, that's not the play I picked.
Grabbed in the backfield.
Yeah, why would you not run a screen again, right? We have to stop him to a field goal here. If not, this game's going to get out of hand very quickly.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers.
I'm going to be a cornerback.
Ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Quick handoff.
Yes! Matthew Horn, converted center athlete to defensive end this year, and he has dominated. What do I play? I think we run a spy, and I think I play as Godfrey. No, Godfrey's not in? You're kidding me. Yes! Let's go! I believe I cut out the initial route. Quarterback had to check it down. He was looking to the left. They had two routes. They did a levels concept there to the left. Good play call. Was all over it. They got lucky, honestly, that Godfrey wasn't in. Let's block the kick.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world.
I was close. Close. Okay.
And that lead grows even bigger.
2-score game.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive.
Wow, this is tough.
Kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot
Let it go.
leather.
No, don't let it go. This is Brandon White.
And they'll bring him
I was trying to let it go.
On the next drive.
I really was.
Okay, so here comes the offense.
Listen, we do not need to panic. We can still run the football. We can still do it. Yeah, we can still run the football. I thought I accidentally changed the play.
Those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football. You're going to throw it.
Number 15 just went by the linebacker there. Didn't even try to block.
Part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback.
This might be a touchdown to Brandon White. Oh, we can't audible.
Forget about it. Move on.
Welcome to playing on the road.
He's going to pass on 2nd down.
Good route. We can't audible. We're going to start running out of time, right? It's.
Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about, O-line. Good job.
For the 1st down.
Got to start making some big plays. Time is running out.
A bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get 1st downs, and that's a nice job.
If we have a second more, that's a touchdown. One more second, that is a touchdown.
Now you've already given up 4 sacks.
One more.
Find a way to protect.
Give me one more second, offensive line.
So now they'll try to mitigate that disaster on 2nd down from the 15. Getting some heat. And that's going to be incomplete.
Great coverage. Well,
on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Love the physicality of this.
We don't have to get it all back in this one play, right? This play, though, has been great for Sanders and White.
Listen to this crowd just shaking.
We've hit Sanders on this route multiple times to win ball games.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field.
This team's just too good right now. Like, their pass rush is phenomenal. We can run on them, but we can't run in this scenario, so it's just...
Stay alive and win this game.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout.
Good try. That's a good try. That's going to be game. That's, you know, good try there, throw. It was almost perfectly on the money, and defender did a good job getting there. That's going to be ball game.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution.
There's a small chance, but wait, are they throw?
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown.
Did LSU just run a play action?
They pushed that lead out. A really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed being the number 2 ranked team in the nation. Hope you all enjoyed that college football playoff spot too. Listen, I've done my best. This is this video game sometimes. You just don't always have it, and our defense has not had it this year. So we know we have to score more than 25 points, or probably more than 30, against an incredible LSU defense. So, like, what are you going to do? Tough environment to play in. Freshman quarterback, his composure has been low the entire game, and just a very tough game. We ran the ball on him, and I ran as much as I could. When we caught ourselves in 3rd down, long and 3rd, too risky to run there. So when I threw, and Offensive line could not hold up today against this incredible pass rush. Like, it's just as simple as that. We lost the battle in the trenches.
And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
We really did.
See if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire.
You lose the offensive line battle, you're going to lose ball games. And that's been the big difference this game. Their offensive line dominated, their defensive line dominated, and they're winning the football game. That's football, though. We lost against Alabama. We lost against now LSU. Maybe a miracle can happen.
Fourth down, no.
At least we can audible now. The fans are asleep.
He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the fourth
We
down
put the Tigers fans to sleep, so there's a plus. So yeah, we can audible.
He's looking to throw it, trying to get to it.
I mean,
And
our poor freshman quarterback. He's like, where's Dan Honeycutt? Oh, wait, he's not here yet.
Multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game.
I've tried my best.
They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel
I always will.
right now.
Trust me, I want to win just as bad as all of us. And I feel like that one interception was the only real mistake I made. But honestly, I wouldn't even call that. I knew the interception was a risk, and I knew they would have had the ball at the 41-yard line. They got 9 yards further at the 50, so the interception didn't make a big deal. Just trying to make a play there, right? We knew we needed that, and I hit the wrong button. Speaking of making mistakes, Ryan, what did you say?
He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job. They're going to have to take shots.
It never surprises me. I lose to LSU in LSU all the time, as many of you probably do if you play this game. Yeah. Welcome to
everybody on offense here should feel
Death
really
Valley.
good about their performance today too, David.
It's a reason the name of the stadium is Death Valley.
Executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Okay, LSU. I'll remember that. Overrated. I am furious now. Hit him.
Touchdown, Tigers. And the route is on. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
When you've got a losing skid, there's
overrated. 24-6.
They came back home
and they're out. The fans are out here saying overrated. Get out of here. Why are you all still at the game? It's 30-6.
College football, helping their team get back in the win column.
College football is a painful thing. Speaking of all the upsets this year, I've got a top story for you all. They're such a good football team. They are, like, listen, they're a better team than us. I looked at their depth chart. Their defense is insane. Yet we may have the same overall. Our secondary does not compare to their secondary whatsoever. Their secondary is nuts.
And this one was a beatdown.
Like nuts. We may move out of the top 10.
Progressing for next week.
If Louisville beats us next week, we may move out of the college football playoffs.
Won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean,
yeah, can we skip the film this week, Coach? Oh, I am the coach. On to the next one. Poor Stephen Bullock. He took a beating today out there at the quarterback position.
Tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest
we'll have a speech.
That's just bad.
Bad. Or as Reese Davis would say, ungood.
That's just ungood.
flush this one down the toilet, move on. It's not your best day. You lost in ugly fashion, to be honest, but better days ahead.
And I think a lot of this has to come on the shoulders of the players. They need to be able to realize they just didn't do enough. So they've got to turn the page. They've got to go back to work, have a great week of practice, and put out a better effort next week.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
It's just heartbreaking. You know, it's just heartbreaking, but playing at Death Valley, sometimes you get crushed. And that's what happened today. The Tigers deserved that. They were the better team. And honestly, that Tigers team is better than that Alabama team we faced this year. That is the best overall team we played this year. Offensively, a masterclass. Defensively, a masterclass. Their secondary was insane. Their defensive line, our offensive line could not contain them for longer than a second. And it's just such a tough place to play in. And we ran out of steam. It was a close game for the first 3 quarters. First half was 7-6. And we ran out of steam at the second half. We couldn't do anything. Their defensive adjustments locked me down. Clearly. I mean, wow. They scored 7 in the third and 17 in the fourth. Just a nightmare today. That's their second win in the SEC. In LSU's defense, I don't come into LSU's defense very often. They've had a lot of road games this year in the SEC. And some years, I would say every year in the SEC, like, you could lose every conference game. Look at the Kentucky Wildcats in real life this year. What are we, 1-7 in the conference right now? Painful, but like, it's just the way it works sometimes. And yeah, that LSU team embarrassed us today. They embarrassed us, just like South Carolina embarrassed Georgia last week. I'm sure Georgia was frustrated big time, just like I'm frustrated right now. Now, we were the number 2 ranked team. The question is, where do we move? Where do we move? And, you know, the good news is that we may not have to play Alabama first round. Bad news is that we may have to say goodbye to the Southeastern Conference Championship. I'm heartbroken. I'm frustrated. I wanted to win that game so bad. They absolutely dominated. That is by far the best defense we've ever played. No, Georgia Bulldogs. That is the second best defense we've ever played. 188, 259. They dominated. And I thought we ran the ball well. We did. That's showing our quarterback sacks, right? Our minus rushing yards. Yeah, there were plenty of those. We only threw for 135. They threw for 182. We did throw 2 interceptions. That last one was just, you know, you just the game was already over, and I hit the wrong button, and they almost took it to the house. Our offensive lineman made a good tackle there. But yeah, I don't know. Look. Why did we lose that game? Why? We did not capitalize in the red zone. That LSU Tigers defense dominated in the red zone defense. They dominated the entire game. I have to go back and watch. I think play calling I was too predictable, and I believe LSU Tigers just predicted me. And in the second half, the AI just knew what I was doing, it seemed like, every time. And I guess I was just a little bit too predictable. We had to throw it in the second half. I panicked after they went up those couple touchdowns, and I stopped running the football there towards the end, but we really couldn't in the fourth quarter. We had no time left when we got the ball back. Our defense couldn't stop them besides that interception we had, and it's just so painful in college football when you can't get anything going. I tried my best, and that's all I'm always gonna give it my all. Sometimes my all at the end of the day leads to a big loss, and the freshman quarterback was like, LSU Tigers said, welcome to the SEC and welcome to Death Valley. And Stephen Bullock's gonna have nightmares about Death Valley now. Oh my goodness, this stadium is nuts. I'm gonna have nightmares about that. Patterson had a good game, 16 for 79. You know, try to run the ball about 20 carries a game. Gave him a good amount of carries, honestly, and he capitalized. Just Stephen Bullock got crushed. Our poor quarterback. I mean, can you see how many times our quarterback was hit? I don't think you can. Let's take a look at their stats, though. How many sacks did they have? Oh my, I wish you could see how many times our quarterback got hit, but it was insane. So yeah, okay. LSU won. I'm going to pause the video, take a couple screenshots, and we'll see. We'll have the recruiting and then see where we dropped in the college football playoff rankings. The overrated chance at the end of the game, like that's just... I am so mad at that LSU Tigers fan base today. Overrated. I tell ya, LSU, who's sitting outside the college football playoffs looking in? Overrated. Overrated. They're up 24-6. That is so painful. I love it though. Like, listen, I actually love it. But wow, I hate it at the same time. Okay, let's calm down a little bit. 9-2, we got humbled, right? We got humbled, that's football. So let's go into recruiting. Let's relax a little bit, do some recruiting. I am so frustrated. Okay. Good news is this recruiting class is going to make me smile. We got Poe, 5-star left tackle Jim. Dan Honeycutt, the generational talent receiver. Guerrero, the generational talent receiver. Braden Myers, 5-star defensive tackle. Avery Scruggs, 5-star strong safety, and wow, do we need him. And then Andres Robledo, can you go ahead and come up to Kentucky so we can put you in the lineup? We'll find a way. We'll talk to, we'll have Jerry. We'll have Jerry talk to the NCAA officials and try to get that deal. Yeah, we'll try to get that locked in. 99 speed cornerback, everybody. Then we got Quentin Bartley, 5-star Jim defensive tackle. Jamal Carter, 4-star Jim cornerback. Sean Ragas, maybe? Or Ragas? I don't know. A right tackle, 5-star. Elijah Schooler is going to take him to school next year. A 5-star right end. Right end Jim. And then we got Lamont Kelnick, a left end 4-star Jim. Then Tyler Beebe, a 5-star right end. Joshua Blunt, a 5-star cornerback. They're going to all be in the lineup. Look how many cornerbacks we got. Listen, when you have the worst secondary in college football, you go after secondary. We really do, and it's shown all year. Teams are picking our secondary apart. It doesn't matter what we run. Our linebackers are the only reason we're making good plays on footballs. I mean, it's just insane the difference losing all of our secondary did last year. We lost them all. And it shows. And our secondary had struggles at the start of season 2, but they got it together towards the end. But yeah, we got so much talent. And then the blocking tight end, 4-star Jim, and then middle linebacker, 4-star locked in. And now, who do we have? Ben Lovelace, the 4-star Jim center. And we're going up against Nebraska here. He wants championship contender. We still have A+. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll just see about that after the world sees what LSU just did to us, and we don't need to change anything there. And then Jesse Lewis. We don't need to change anything there. We are leading the way. And then Shane Steinkooler, a couple of right outside linebacker Jims here. Now, he does have a visit with Ole Miss, but no way he chooses Ole Miss over Kentucky, right? Back-to-back national championships. The team that just got embarrassed at Death Valley. And yes, we locked in a couple quarterbacks. Now, I know we don't need a quarterback, but these are 4-star Jim athletes. We can move one of their positions, right? And you never know. We could get lucky. We 100% could get lucky on one of them. So why not lock them in? And you all have my word. I'm not going to get carried away with too many recruits this year. We have 22, 23. That's all we need. I do not believe. I know we have tons of hours there at the top. I have a tendency to get way too many players. How many players do we have leaving? I mean, not too many, right? So we take a look at the team needs. I keep clicking the wrong button. We take a look at the team needs. We don't have a lot of team needs. We have 11 total. And we're not losing a lot on the defensive side of the football, right? We're losing a couple players. We're losing a Fearbry. Fearbry is the only player we're losing unless we have multiple players go pro. And to be honest, I don't think we're going to have many of our secondary go pro. And I don't know who's going to go pro on our defense this year. They're not looking great, right? They are not looking great. So, okay, where were we? We were at Chris Stacy, agile, athletic offensive lineman, and we're leading the way against against Alabama. And I believe this is another one that we just added, Carr, the right guard, who were competing against Nebraska. So a couple offensive linemen were battling with Nebraska. We do not have additional interests, unfortunately. I wish we knew some more motivations. We do not. And I do not think we need to go after anything else. Now, I would at this point usually go after wide receiver talent. You all know me. I love wide receivers. And we have 9. And we have 2 generational talent receivers coming in replacing the seniors. So I'm not going to go after any more receivers. I already went after the quarterbacks, found some gems. We have 5 running backs. We don't need any more. We don't need a tight end. We don't need any offensive lineman that we don't already have. We already got them. And defense, we don't need anything. We got them all locked in. So some people would still keep recruiting. But if I do that, here's the thing. I'm going to end up with doing what I always do. And I have to cut good players. And I'm not doing that this year. The chance of us finding great talent at this point, it's not great. So if we do get later in the year, we lose some recruits. Maybe we do go after a couple more. But actually, this vertical threat tight end, let's take a look. Let's just take a quick look. I missed out on this tight end. See, this is why I don't do this. Have we scouted him? No. 6'3", 233 from Brecksville, Ohio. Oh, okay. That's disappointing. 85 speed, though, but not a gem is what I mean by disappointing. Actually, a pretty good player right there, actually. But we already have our blocking tight end. And honestly, we use our backup tight end to block more anyways. And we may get lucky. This 4-star gem tight end may end up being fast. You never know. You can hit on these tight ends. So you never know. You just don't know the speed of a blocking tight end. So yeah, recruiting class looking incredible. We don't really need to change a thing. And it's time for the weekly events. And let's see what happens. We know we're going to get humbled. Like, this game is tough. When you play on Heisman, you play on the road. This game will humble you. I don't care how good your team is. I don't care how good it is you've been playing. Alabama crushed us this year. LSU crushed us. Welcome to the Southeastern Conference, when anybody can win any game. We've had close battles all year. That's college football. In the Southeastern Conference or any of the big conferences, every game is a battle, and you're going to get upset. And it's hard to call this an upset, right? LSU has the same overall as us. Yes, they've had a down year. They've had a tough schedule. They've lost close games, and that's what happens some years. It's hard to call that an upset. It is technically. We're the number 2 team. They're unranked, but you take a look at the 2 teams depth chart-wise, they had the better defense, and they had the better offensive line, and you could argue the better offense. So it happens. So on the weekly events, we did lock in Ben Lovelace, the center from New Jersey. Love that. Where do you all think we're ranked? I think we're still in the top 10. Please. 9. Yes. Yeah, okay. Oh, we caught a break there. Now, the question is, what else changed? Because likely the Georgia Bulldogs, if they won, they may slide back up. And I am very interested to see in the next episode. I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. You all see we're ranked 9. I like to leave a cliffhanger for the next episode. We will go over the conference standings. We'll go over the top 25 top stories, of course. You know, the number 1 top story. We already know it. Hopefully they don't show it in the top stories. I'm not even going to scroll down to look. I'm just heartbroken. And we go up against Louisville, our rivals in the Governor's Cup. And there is nothing the Louisville Cardinals would love more than to be an unranked team, 4-7, at home, and upset the Kentucky Wildcats and end our hopes of the college football playoffs. Because that is possible with the way we've been playing on the road. Like, what is their overall? What is the overall of the Cardinals? Okay, we can't lose this game. They're 82, 81, 84, but they're going to be playing like 90 probably in Louisville. The Governor's Cup, those rivalry games, oh my. I had a feeling when I looked at the schedule. You all remember when I talked about the schedule in the first episode of the season, when I looked at the preview, I said the toughest matchups are going to be Alabama and then, of course, LSU. And wow, were those the toughest matchups. I mean, absolutely insane. That's just nuts. In Alabama, that was just impossible. And we thought that was tough. We lost 38-20. We at least scored 20 points on them. But then LSU happened. And I said that the hardest games would be in Alabama, and in LSU. Now, there's been tough games as well. Look at this stretch. When we started conference play, the beginning of this year was very favorable. That was a Nebraska team who was ranked. And then I said that they were ranked higher than they actually were. And it shows. They're 6-5. They've had a rough year. That's not a rough year, but that's a solid year. But yeah, it's just, they would consider it rough, but especially when they were top ranked going into that matchup against us, and we derailed them. But wow, we had some battles. South Carolina, we end up beating South Carolina, but they scored. I cannot believe they beat Alabama. Alabama is ranked 4 now, so you get a glimpse at the new top 25. You know Georgia's smiling with that loss to Kentucky. So is Alabama. You know, the smiles are out in full force this week in the SEC because the Southeastern Conference is wide open right now. Both of our losses were SEC conference games, and it's wide open. It is absolutely wide open right now. How many teams are 9-2 now? I don't think there's a 9-1 team or a 10-1 team out there. I really don't. In the SEC, in conference play specifically, not 10-1. I don't think there's a only one loss team. What would they be? 8-1? I don't think there's a 8-1 team out there. I could be wrong, and we're about to find out. But yeah, I would be surprised if or 7-1, 8-1, probably 7-1. But I don't think there's a one-loss team in the SEC. We lose the tiebreak, unfortunately, to Alabama, and we lose the tiebreak. Oh, LSU doesn't matter. We win the tiebreak against a lot of teams too. Oh no, it's going to be tough. What is everybody's prediction? Who will make the conference championship? We'll take a look at that in the next episode, but what a fight. Tough loss, 31-6. LSU overrated. Yeah, you don't say. I honestly, our defense is, compared to last year, compared to this year, you could definitely say overrated, but does anybody overrate our defense? Like, I've been honest about our defense the entire year. Been honest about our secondary. You all have been too. That's a tough game. I tried my best, and at the end of the day, sometimes you're going to lose. So just want to point out, the next episode in this series will not be this weekend on Saturday like typical. We'll resume normal schedule. Wednesday afternoons and Sunday mornings. That'll be next week. And that'll be, of course, the Louisville Cardinals matchup, and then hopefully the conference championship on the weekend. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if we can still make the conference championship. Painful to lose to LSU there. We were in control of our destiny in the Southeastern Conference, and we fell up short. But big thank you for you all for watching this video to the end, and for all the support on the channel. If you got some enjoyment, drop a like before you go. It really helps. Subscribe for more, and there's plenty more content to tune into here on the Gamer Ability YouTube channel, and more on my second channel, Gamer Ability 2, link in the description to that. I will see you all in the season finale, and the schedule's heating up. I mean, we knew this was going to be tough. Alabama, LSU, our toughest matchups. We lost them both. That's football. Move on, bounce back, and crush our rivals in Louisville. Let's do this. As always, have a fantastic day, everybody.